Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Azur Lane on tap today. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on, what's coming up. So, as you know, the Ashen Simulacrum event is still going on. Now, this event ends today, 4/7. So you need to get in there today and finish running the event sorties if you haven't got enough of the actual rewards, the black battle stars that you need for in here, because you definitely want to get Kabbalah and then maybe purchase up some of this stuff. So you want to have, try to get as many as you can. Today's the last day you're going to be able to do it, so get in there and run the event. Now, this is one of the original events where, of course, you can max out the thing. So as you look at the event tab, you'll find the actual limit breaking part of the event right here. So it's not underneath the mission tab. Normally they put it underneath the mission tab and it's fully limit break, Alabama, Kabbalah. But this time they have it underneath here, and this is how you will track if you complete. Now this has to be done by the 14th, so you have another 7 days for this. I have not decided whether or not I'm going to do it as of yet. Probably not, simply because I probably have enough mats to do it, but I probably wouldn't have any left by the time I was finished, because there's a lot of SR ships in this. You have 3. Baltimore, Kabbalah, and Alabama are all SR ships, SSR ships. So it's going to take the gold bullets to actually complete the limit breaks for these. And I did not get any excess. I got just 1 Baltimore. I'm only going to get 1 Kabbalah simply because of the fact that I want to be able to purchase some of the other stuff. I did manage to get Alabama a couple times. I actually have enough to fully limit break Alabama, and I'd only have to use 1 of my prototype bullets to do it, because I do have 1 more copy of her in my dock right now that I just got this morning when I did the build right here. And I've got her just 1 away from, she's just need to get in the final star. So once she gets to 70, she's not at 70 yet, which is why I can't use it. So I will be able to fully limit break her. I probably will just go ahead and do it, limit break her, since it's only going to take 1 prototype bullet to do it. Might as well not go ahead and do it while I got that, get it cleared out so I can have some more space for other ships. I got all of the ships through all of the events except for, did not manage to get Sumner. I might do some more pulls later in the day to see if I can get her, but I've got everything else. I got Potter, Alabama, Baltimore, Birmingham. Out when I got her, like 6 or 7 of her. So definitely not a problem, and I'll get Kabbalah out of the shop. So I'll have all the ships except for Sumner. That's not that big of a deal. I would like to get the ship because I collect her. But as in terms of fleet management and fleet usage, she was not going to be one of the ships that I was going to use at this point in time, because I pretty much have my fleet mostly decided in terms of what I'm focusing on. So she wasn't going to be something that I was going to enter right at this time. So that's not that not that big of an issue. But definitely want to get in there today and knock that out. All of the ships are fairly decent ships in this. Like I said, this is his rerun, so a lot of people might already have some of the ships. Potter and Sumner were the only 2 new ships. The other ships were from the previous event, so you might be able to easily complete the limit break mission to get a chat screen if you want to. So let's take a look. Okay, so the Golden Double, and this was just to get the like I say, this was the April Fool's reward. This was just to get the Bolin skin, which I have. This is, of course, the build to do the limit breaking. I did get my hands on Baton, and I got San Juan as well. So everything went pretty smooth in terms of getting the ships and whatnot from the event tabs. The event was pretty good. I mean, it was a pretty interesting story. I was already familiar with some of the story simply because of the fact that this is a rerun event. So back when this came out, the story was, of course, it was new. Now we know a little bit more about what's going on in the actual Azur Lane universe. from some of the events that we've had just recently. So we've got that figured out. So this was just a nice little backfill and filled in a few questions that I had. But it was a pretty interesting story. So this one's going out today. So get in there, knock it out, get as many as you can so that you can purchase whatever you need to inside of the store. Get Kavala definitely, because she's one of the best subs in the game, especially if you're going to run a fleet that's comprised of carriers, because that's what she does have a buff for. So any type of sub that as subs become more of a streamlined, efficient type of fleet, and they become more useful. When they first came out, they really weren't meta. They were just a sort of something that you could do on the side, much like the Meow officers were. But they've started to fill in the blanks, and they've made a lot of subs. You can have a Sakura subfleet. You can have an Iron Blood subfleet, which is currently the best in the game considered to be most in the game by most people. And you could have enough to form a pretty good Eagle Union subfleet. So just pretty much every single one of the HMS, they really don't have subs much. But in terms of the other three, you can definitely have a subfleet if you want to specify each team. And they're starting to sort of break the wall between the subfleet and the actual main fleet, so that the subfleet can be beneficial to the main fleet. And that makes them more useful. And I think that's why they're doing it. They're moving them into mainstream. So definitely want to focus on your subs. It's hard to really build up subs. As you know, when you open up a sortie, there's only a certain level. The red tiles, they have the pulsing red on them. Are the only places that a sub will appear. So I always try to focus on attacking ships inside of that red flashing zone to make sure that I get some experience for my subs. But it still takes a really long time to build your subs up. As you can see, I've made a dent into them, but I really focus. Okay, you see these 98s and 98s here. I focus on my subs. Okay, as you can see, I'm actually starting to build them up and fully limit break them. So I do focus on them quite intensely to try to make sure that I work through them to get them leveled up, because I believe they're going to become a much more useful item once you get into doing Operation Siren and things like that. So you can have a pretty good, anytime you've got a U, that's an Iron Blood sub. Anytime you have an I, that is a Sakura Empire. And then the Eagle Union is pretty like Albacore is Eagle Union, as is Surcouf, Dace, Bluegill. These are Eagle Unions, so that you can do a little bit with that. The eyes here, those are of course from the Sakura Empire. They have a pretty good subset too. My favorite set is currently U96, U47, and U37 are two that I run. I run those normally, but when I want to pair up and run and focus on my Eagle Union, I'll tend to run Albacore, Bluegill, and then I usually alternate, but sometimes I'll put in pair it up with Albacore U. As you can see, I've got her up to 70, and sometimes put Dace in there as well, as you can see. So I do alternate my fleets. As you can see, that's why they've all made pretty good dents in terms of leveling them up. Otherwise, really the only way to do it is, of course, through the commission. There's the 18,000 experience commission that you could run. Of course, that costs a lot of oil, so understand that's oil intensive. You could also put them in a dorm, of course. I do on occasion stick one into the dorm, but right now I don't have any of them in the dorm at this particular point. Another way that is pretty useful is the training underneath the academy. If you go into the lecture hall, there's a lot of times they'll have a sub training course up, and you can put all of your subs in here to get them on training. I do that quite frequently too. The way that you get proficiency in here is by using fully limit broke ships. Ships that are fully limit broke with 120, the experience they earn goes into here, and then you can utilize that experience onto your other ships. So this is a very, very underused facet of Azur Lane. I know a lot of people who play the game don't use this. You really should. Okay, you can get a lot of experience here by simply running this. So, you know, see, just by doing that, each of the ships got 5,376 experience. Okay, so just want to make sure that you always use this. So fill it up. Okay, and she's in a dorm, so I can't use her. And what I like to do is I'll just, you know, focus on some ships that I'm planning to be using in the future, and just stick them in here, you know, and start the class. I don't have much left, but every week I build it up, you know. So using ships, so it's not wasteful to use ships that are fully enhanced and fully limit broke and fully leveled up, because the experience goes in here, and you can earn a percentage of that back. Proficiency right now is 20%. I do have it maxed out. Okay, all of mine are maxed out. You know, the merchants, the canteen, and that. So you should definitely max these out when you get a chance. I know it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's something to definitely focus on and consider in terms for leveling ships. But that's really the only ways that you could level up subs. I mean, if you want to do it specifically through levels, it could take a really long time. And whenever I open up a screen, the sortie, the first thing I do is clear ships that are in the red flashing zone, so that I can get some experience for my subs. You know, but that's pretty easiest way to do it at this point in time. But the way that they're leading towards subs is they're trying to make them a little bit more useful, and that's needed. You know, don't look for the subs to literally change an entire battle. But when you're getting, you know, when you've got your fully enhanced and fully limit broke ships out there, you want to start min-maxing. You know, you want to get those, of course, you want to get all your skills to 10, and you want to get all the items to 10, and you can run Operation Siren now and take them to 12. But this is just another way that you can put a little bit of extra power into the sortie that you're running if you run the subs. So always, you know, always want to prepare a sub fleet to take care of that. And try to also focus a little bit on making sure that you, like, it's best to run Eagle Union related subs within, you know, with an Eagle Union fleet. Same way it is best to run your U-boat subs in a Ironblood fleet, simply because of the fact that they each have a little bit of a buff for that particular fleet, if they're paired with a fleet that is of the same nomenclature. So keep that in mind when you're running the subs. But even if you just want to offset them, like I do on occasion, run an Eagle Union or a Sakura fleet, I'll stick my I'll stick the U-boat subs, Ironblood subs in there, simply because of the fact that I'm trying to level them up, and they do get experience. It's, you know, it's, if you're running levels that are not quite max, you don't really need that extra damage to successfully level up the sub and win the battle. You're just doing it just specifically for the actual experience, so that you can level them up. But yeah, I would start focusing on subs if you haven't, simply because that I think they're going to become a lot more prevalent and a lot more useful in the end game. All right, so that's all I got for today. But remember, this ends today, the Ashen Simulacrum event. So definitely get in there, clear as many as you can, so that you can purchase as much stuff. I'll probably do a video a little bit later going over what I purchased in the shop, as I normally do. I do get people a lot of asking me what I purchased in the shop. I'm pretty consistent and pretty basic. I'll get Kavala, okay? Then I'll purchase all of these blueprints, which are the special blueprints. Then I'll use these towards FTG. And then with anything left over, I'll just purchase as much of the parts as I can. Okay? And that's what I pretty much do. Sometimes I'll have, like, I know one of the previous states I have like 30,000, and then after that I focus on the colas. I have been known to snatch up a super rare cat box, but that's not a problem anymore, simply because I've been quite lucky. You get to purchase one every day. If you go into your cat lodge, you get the free. You can purchase one every day for free. I tend to actually hit the super, on that quite frequently. I was actually quite surprised. I do have, as you can see, I have 13 of them, so it's really not something that I really actually need. So I don't purchase them inside of there anymore, which is nice because I could use it for something else. So, but yeah, I've been really lucky in terms of my free daily purchase. So I really haven't. I just got one yesterday, as a matter of fact. I got a purple today, but yeah. So meow officers is something else that you should focus on. I did spend a little bit of time and set up my meow officers. You can see I've named them. HMS slime and HMS. So I know to put these in real quick just by looking. I know when I assign these to my HMS fleet. The Iron Blood and Iron Blood staff. I know immediately to put these two into my Iron Blood fleet. Subs. This is for my sub. When I'm running, if I'm focusing on subs, I can add this in for a little bit extra damage. I got another sub fleet, Eagle Staff, and carriers. I usually you can run something like that. This is another carrier. Carriers, the cats have different types of functions. Okay, so it's I've renamed them so that I can get a little bit better. Like here's carriers 2, so I've got everything named. And it's because but these are the ones I focus on. As you can see, I tend to focus all my enhancements just on these, and I'll use these. And I'll just enhance them and build up the talents, because that's where you really get some of the really, really good stuff inside of the talents. When you got the major staff, unsinkable Oscar, see this stuff right here can do excellent, excellent staffs for your beat. Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure that you're using the right one. I prefer, this one right here. See, this is right here specifically. When you assign his command, Royal Navy Vanguard decreases Vanguard by 30 seconds after the battle starts. Okay, so these are really good skills that can help min-max your account as well. So you definitely want to make sure that you pair the meow officer with the fleet that will benefit most from it. So yeah, I try to do that. So just little things to make things a little bit quicker, so I don't have to go hosing around and messing around with them. But yeah, so this is a good event. But yeah, it ends today. So get in there and knock that out. All right. And I'm going to thank you a lot for watching this video. Remember, you can subscribe to my channel. You get notified each time I put out a video. And always remember to like and share the video, as that does help out immensely with the channel to get those views. All right. So this is Kendrier coming at you from the corner, signing out.